Hey guys, it's Kelly, and we're going to talk a little more about our freezer meal plan. So far, you should have gathered recipes. You should have narrowed those recipes down with your family. You should have gathered your grocery list, put it all together and categorized it so it's easy to go grocery shopping. You may even have done all of your grocery shopping by now. You should have. You have created a roadmap. You've organized your recipes by protein type. You've labeled your bags. And you're ready. It's time for assembly day. So on assembly day, what you're going to want to do is get all your spices out and put them in one area. All the spices you're going to be using, grab a couple teaspoons, your half teaspoon, quarter teaspoon, a tablespoon. Set all that out with the spices so that it's right there when you're ready. You're going to grab some bowls for all of your vegetables. One for each, so if you have onions, one for celery, one for carrots, you get the idea. Set those out with a cutting board and put them in one area so you're ready for that. You're also going to, about 15 minutes before you're ready to start chopping, throw all of your onions in the freezer. You don't want them to sit in there much more than 15 minutes, but that 15 minutes is really going to help with the tear value. And you know, when you're cutting onions, you can bawl, your eyes get all watered, it hurts, they're painful, then you rub them and it's just worse. So by putting your onions in the freezer, it does help with that. It will not eliminate it, but it's gonna help. So do that, put your onions in, grab all your canned stuff, organize that in one spot, organize it by type, put the beans together, the tomatoes together, put that all in one spot so you know where that is. Anything else that you're going to be using, put that out. You want everything out so that you're not opening cupboards and getting things out. Grab all your measuring utensils, your measuring cups, whatever you're going to use to measure with, grab that. All right, so now first step, what you're going to do is you're going to cut all your vegetables. This is probably the most time-consuming part of the entire thing. So if you want to do this a day ahead to minimize the amount of time you spend all at once, that's perfectly okay to cut them ahead of time, put some plastic wrap over your bowls, throw them in the fridge until you're ready for assembly. I do it all at once. That's just the way I do it. You do you. Do it how it's best for you. So grab those onions, get them out of the freezer, chop them up, put them in a bowl. Do the same with your carrots and all of that. Now I have a tip for you while you're doing this. Don't throw your scraps away. Put them in a bag, another freezer bag, an empty one that's not labeled. Put them in a freezer bag and toss them in your fridge for today. I'm going to tell you tomorrow what to do with those. We're going to make broth, and there's a really good reason why you're going to make chicken broth out of that. So for now, just capture those scraps and put them in the bag, or two if you need to, and put them back in your fridge, and we'll deal with that tomorrow. So get your vegetables all cut up, clean up your cutting boards in your area a little bit, and now you're ready to assemble. So grab your first bag and grab your protein source, whatever source it is you're going to use, and put it in there. Then grab your spices. This is how I layer it so that when it goes back into the crock pot, it's layered this way. So I put my protein in first, I add my spices on top, and then I add my vegetables, and then if I have beans or canned stuff, that goes in on top of that. So you're just gonna grab bag one, fill it up, seal it, press out as much air as you possibly can, reseal it, check the seal, make sure it's actually sealed. Remember my story about spilling everything. You don't wanna do that. It's a mess and it's a waste. So make sure everything's sealed really well. Get through all of your one protein source. So like I said, for me, I start with chicken. So when I'm done with all of the chicken, I wash my cutting board. Actually, I just throw it in the dishwasher because I have a bunch of them. But if you don't, wash your cutting board really well with soap and water. Get all of the protein source off of that. Wash your knives if you've cut anything up. Get that all cleaned up. Then put it back into the get ready to do the next one. So move on to your next protein source. Maybe it's pork. Do the same thing. Get all the way through the pork ones. Wash up your area so you're not cross-contaminating your proteins. You don't want to make anybody sick. So get all that done. Get them sealed. And now you have 10 meals in your freezer ready to go to feed your family a healthy meal, save money, and not have to go to the grocery store all the time, not go through drive-thrus, and not eat out all the time. So I would love to hear if you actually followed my plan and how it worked for you. There's also, if you check out my blog, there's going to be a link on there on my latest episode of going through all of this. I have recipes, the plan, the grocery list, everything for you for 10 meals. So feel free to grab that and use it. And I also would love to hear if you do, and I would like to hear what you thought of it, if you like the recipes. I'll do more, so reach out to me. And we can keep in touch, and when I create another plan, I'll get it to you. So thanks so much for following along with me while I've tried to help you learn how to do some freezer meals. And like I said again, if you have questions, reach out. I look forward to getting to know you.